Subhanallah. Can you imagine that hoopoe? He's speaking to Sulaiman alayhi salam, and he's saying, وجدتها وقومها يسجدون للشمس من دون الله. I saw her and her people. I found her and her people are prostrating to the sun apart from Allah. وزين لهم الشيطان أعمالهم فصدهم عن السبيل فهم لا يهتدون. Who's speaking? Is he Mr. or Mrs. or Professor? No. It's an animal. What does it say? I found her and her people prostrating to the sun apart from Allah, and Shaitan beautified that evil in their eyes. So he blocked them from the way of guidance. So they're not guided. Subhanallah. Did you read that before, brothers, in the Quran? أَلَّا يَسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ الَّذِي يُخْرِجُ الْخَبْأَ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا تُسِرُّونَ وَمَا تُعْلِنُونَ. Subhanallah. That's why we have a great belief in that bird. People kill any kind of bird except that bird. Because if the bird speaks like this, what kind of a bird is that? Now I'm quoting what the bird is saying, the hoopoe. Allah yasjudu. Shouldn't they be prostrating to Allah, the one that brings what is hidden, anything hidden in the heaven and the earth? And He knows what you conceal and what you reveal. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa rabbul arshil kareem. Allah, the one upon who have no partner with Him. He is the Lord of the great throne of honor, the honorable throne. Subhanallah. So what we need from this verse is this: وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. And Shaitan beautified their evil actions. Beautified it. That's why the people of evil do not see the evil as evil, but they see the good as evil. Halal food, no, we should ban this Islamic way of slaughtering. But killing the bulls in the bull field, they call it wrestle field, musara'atu thiran, wrestling with bulls, it's exciting. And if the man threw the spear on the body of the bull, they don't say, "Oh no, don't do that. No, this is unmerciful." No. But what do they say? Hooray! Hooray! وَزَيَّنَ. Remember always that. وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ. So the devil beautified this evil to them as something good. What are they doing? They're defending Allah's attributes. Don't make Allah similar to His creatures. Oh yeah? But where did we get the idea that Allah has hands? That Allah has eyes? That Allah goes over His throne? That Allah speaks to Musa, and He said to Musa, إِنِّي اصْطَفَيْتُكَ عَلَى النَّاسِ بِرِسَالَاتِي وَبِكَلَامِي. I have chosen you by my messages and by my speech. So there is a special speech, divine speech to Musa, which was not similar to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not to any other prophet except Musa. So the speech of with Musa should be something special, that Allah spoke to him directly. You know, it occurs to me, if Allah said to Musa, "I'm your God," you know, Musa may be terrified, but Allah the kind started with this. What is that in your hand, O Musa? So He made Musa busy with speaking about what he has. It's a horrible moment. A human being is speaking to Allah the Almighty. It's not easy. So this is something special. The people say, those people who claim to be defending Allah's names and attributes, they say it is not fit. It is not fitting to Allah's majesty that He speaks in a time apart from another time, from other time. It's not good. Who told you? Allah said it. No. Allah's speech is eternal. It has no beginning, it has no end. You know, what do you think the evil of that? I think I mentioned that last week. What is the evil consequence of this? The evil consequence of this is that Allah was speaking to Musa before he was created. And He kept saying to him, what is that in your hand, O Musa? Until Musa was born, until Musa went to the Tur, until Musa died, and Allah keeps saying that, what is that in your hand, O Musa? Until the Day of Judgment, to no end, to the infinity and beyond. It can't be. This is irrational, unacceptable, illogic. Because Allah said, فَلَمَّا أَتَاهَا, when He came to it, نُودِيَ يَا Musa, He was called, O Musa. So that means before He came to it, Allah did not call him. Did you understand that? So the speech of Allah had occurred in a specific time. When did Allah speak to Musa? فَلَمَّا أَتَاهَا, when he came to At-Tur, to the place of the appointment with his Lord. Then Allah said to him, I am your Lord. So there's a beginning time of Allah's speech, and there's an end time for Allah's speech, and that's very clear in the Quran. In Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet ﷺ said, at the Day of Judgment, when people do not speak except Hamza, the Prophet said, and at that day no one dares to speak except the prophets and messengers only. Other people, no. ولا يتكلم إلا الأنبياء. Then it will be called that Allah, it will be said, Allah had became angry at that day. He had never been angry before, and He will not be angry after. Only at that day. So there's an anger that occurs with Allah in a specific time as well. Especially when we find in the Quran that Allah called Musa, not only speak. If you say speak, He may be speaking through Jibreel, but now we have something called calling. نعم. هل أتاك حديث موسى إذ ناداه ربه, where? بالوادي المقدس طوى. So there is a place and there is a time. Is that clear? So there's a speech. They say, no, according to Aristotle and Aflaton, those. So it's shameful that we call our brothers who would call themselves Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. They are Greek. They are Greek. They have Greek source of knowledge. It's a system that they made about God, what He should be and what He should not be. And now they bring the rules and they check the Quran and the Sunnah. Their trick is the following. If we have hadith, for example, that Allah has fingers, and in Sahih Bukhari it was mentioned that a Jewish guy came to the Prophet and he said, "Oh Prophet, we've been told that Allah is lifting the earth on a finger and the heavens on a finger, etc., etc." And the Prophet approved what he said. So when they see that, if this is in a hadith, they say, no mutawatir, we need mutawatir. This is not mutawatir. just like the ibadis. I have a great deal of experience nowadays with those people. Since 4 months until now, every day we have quarrel, dispute, dialogue, every day. So the first trick is, this is not mutawatir. And you know, by the way, do you know what is their source of book of hadith? They have a small book. I call it for them pocket dictionary. You know, pocket dictionary? It's just like that size. And they say this is the sunnah. What? And by the way, it's not mentioned in their book how many rak'ah is Salatul Fajr, how many rak'ah Salatul Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, nothing. And it's a small book. And they dare to say to you, the hadith of the fingers is not mutawatir. What do you have? You have a pocket book. How can you get mutawatir from a small pocket book? And you're talking about mutawatir. And guess when this book was written? 200 or 300 or maximum 400 years or less than that. By a fortune teller, Moroccan one. No offense to the Moroccan brothers. Moroccan person, he's a fortune teller. He compiled these hadith for them to give this cult, to give it credibility. Because how can you say this is an Islamic cult while it doesn't have any book of Sunnah? So they made that book, which all its chains of narration are cut, nothing. And guess what? There was if we have some Moroccan brothers, they know it, that there used to be a Moroccan state called الدولة الرستمية. الدولة الرستمية. This is 400 or 500 years ago. And this dawla, it never talked about a book called Musnad al-Rabi' for the Ibadis. They didn't know about it. It's something that had to be managed for them, created for them recently. But even the ancient Ibadis, they didn't know about that book. And yet they come and say, mutawatir, I don't accept anything but mutawatir. Did you, and you realize that those cults, like, for example, Hizb al-Tahrir, have you heard of HDs? Huh? No offense, maybe some. They also say, mutawatir, we don't accept ahad. Did you serve the Sunnah? Do we have any HT Mufti scholar who is well-known, famous person to be a person of hadith? Never. So what is the case? What is the decoy? What is the fish? The case is this. When they ever have these kinds of hadith, which they are disgusted with, they have to bring something to refuse it. Because they can't say, we don't want this hadith, throw it. They can't. Because they say that, they're not Muslims anymore. So they have to find a justification. What is the justification? Not mutawatir. We want, we want mutawatir. It is ahad. You know, I think I mentioned to you how many ahad narrations in Bukhari you may not find. You may not find. 95, if not more, a little more, of the hadith are ahad. Plus, those ibadi people, if they want to verify how many rak'ah Salat al-Maghrib, I challenge them with this, and they never gave any answer. I challenge you to bring me, from this book of Sunnah of yours, bring me how many rak'ah is Salat al-Maghrib. They don't have it. So what are you talking about? You don't have a book. Who served the Sunnah? Ahlul Hadith. Ahlul Sunnah are those who served the Sunnah. And Ahlul Sunnah are those who defended it. And they are capable to do it as long as they study and learn. Look, brothers, I'm drifting with you from thing to another, but I have to bring this idea, which is very important. What do you think about running away from the enemies in the battlefield? What is that? Is it a sin or not? Is it a sin or not? What is the ruling of those who are being attacked by those people of bid'ah day and night, and they bring to them doubts, but they don't learn to refute these doubts? It seems to me this is almost similar. You're responsible. You are held responsible for not capabling yourself, learning in order to refute those people. Why? Politically, it has a great favor. Politically, it has a great favor, brothers. Okay? Now, I'm asking a question and you answer me. Are those cults supported by the non-Muslims or not? Should we make a vote on that referendum? Huh? Are they supported by the non-Muslims or not? Those so-called Islamic cults, even those Muslim cults, but they are Muslim, Sikh Muslims. Are they supported or not? 100%? Why? So politically is good for them, isn't it? So it must be politically favorable for us to defend Islam, because for our political situation, it is better. Politically is better for Islam. As politically is supporting our enemies is better for the non-Muslims. Did you get my point, brothers? Please spread it. And now you should know that you are indulgent in the matter of knowledge, taking the knowledge and defending Islam. Defending Islam should not always be like this. No. Defending Islam also by the word, to show that Islam is a religion of knowledge, a religion of evidence. It has no ambiguity. It is not blare. Their answers is not blare. Clear cut evidences. This is a demand. But we're not doing the job. Why? It's a long way. Takes long. Come at Fajr, sit down, open the book and read. I want Kalashnikov. Go, die, and have 2 hur ain. Sit down in Jannah like this. Wow. Come on. Am I speaking? Is this correct? And not only that, but they give us trouble. Those people. What about jihad? Huh? Yalla, give me answer. What about jihad? Huh? What, you scholars? Huh? You are scholars of Salatin Hukam, and they put us in trouble. Look, sometimes, if you up to a target, sometimes you have to compromise, because you can't open many confrontations. Otherwise, you can't do anything. Sometimes you have to do that. Don't think that if we keep our mouth shut for a certain situation, it doesn't mean that we have fear for ourselves. No, ya akhi. No. So, the first trick is, this hadith is not mutawatir. طيب. خلاص. What about if it was ayah? They can't say this ayah is not mutawatir. This has ta'wil. Oh yeah? Ta'wil. So, طيب, okay. Allah said in the Quran He has 2 hands. Hand means power. Power? But Allah said He has 2 hands. Yes. Does He have 2 powers? No. He has general power. So why did you say He has 2 powers? Power A, power B. We know that the airplane has 2 engines. Engine A, engine B. You can't say that about Allah. You are dividing Allah's power into 2 parts? Can't be. Like, there's a hadith. Allah made istiwa. Yes. What does mean istawa ala al-arsh? Means He captured it. Became under His control. So it was under control of who before? So is there any other God that it was under his control? Then Allah took it back from him. This is the... So, if it's in the Quran, they say we try to find a meaning for it. If it's in the Sunnah, they say it's not mutawatir. That is the trick always. Why do they have to do that? Because it doesn't fit the Greek system about God. That God should not speak. That God should not move. Wallahi, I saw it by my eyes. I read it in the book of Aristotle. He said, he was calling Allah the Muharrik, the motivator. He is the mover that should not be moving, but he should be moving others, but should not be moving by himself. Wallahi, I was reading, just opening like this, and I saw this. I said, oh, so the sickness in our brothers Ash'airah and Maturidiyya and Mu'tazila, the source is there. The source is there. That's the problem. So how can we refute those people? You have to have a decoy with you. You know the decoy? You must put a decoy for the fish. And the decoy for those people is to check, do they affirm any attribute of Allah or not? Do they affirm any attribute of Allah or not? Catch them by any attribute they affirm Allah with. For example, they say Allah is Sami' Basir, but it means Allah has knowledge. Alright. Why did you do that? Because they don't want the unseen to look like the system of the seen. Do you get my point? So that's why they say, because to them, the attribute, it means a person. So if you say Allah is good, powerful, strong, kind, how many attributes we mentioned now? 4, right? That means there are 4 gods. Those are the Jahmis. And you know about this Jahm bin Safwan? He was the source of all of those. He was the first victim of the Greek system. Ilm al-Kalam. He was the first victim. He said, Allah did not take Ibrahim as Khalil, and he did not speak to Musa. Then there's a man called Khalid bin Abdullah al-Qasri. They captured this man until Hajj. Hajj, there's a sacrifice day, right? Qurbani. So Khalid bin Abdullah al-Qasri, he said to the pilgriming people, ضحوا تقبل الله ضحاياكم. Make qurbani, may Allah accept your qurbani. But I'm going to make qurbani with Jahm bin Safwan. And he made him qurbani. He said because he believed that Allah did not take Ibrahim as Khalil, and he did not speak to Musa. And he said, if I have any chance to erase, to delete this ayah, Ar-Rahman ala Arsh istawa, from the Quran, I would have done it. Because to him this is tajseem. The Quran, and those people, they may not say it by tongue, verbally, but they have it. Why Quran? And I quote that to you last week. Why this Quran is full of attributes of Allah that contain tajseem, but there's not even one ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't believe that Allah has hand, don't believe that Allah has... Nothing. I had tricked people 3 days ago, those ibadis. They said Allah should not be seen. But we said to them, what about this ayah, clear ayah? وُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ نَاظِرَةٌ إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. You remember that? They said yes. It means إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ means muntadira. It's waiting. It's the reward from their Lord. Nadir means muntadir. I said, but Allah said to Uzair, وانظر إلى حمارك. Look at your donkey. Does this mean wait for your donkey? Is this the meaning? Allah said, إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. To their Lord they're looking at. At their Lord they're looking. And Allah said to Uzair, look at your donkey. وَانظُرْ إِلَى حِمَارِكَ. Where's that ayah? In which chapter? Al-Baqarah. So why don't we say وَانظُرْ إِلَى حِمَارِكَ, يعني wait, maybe you have an appointment with your donkey, you wait for your donkey. If you say the faces are waiting for their Lord, that means you have to interpret it here the same thing. Huh? Why you make it different? Now this is not a big problem. It's a joke, but it makes sense. I hope you agree with me. The shocking point is this. I wish I had the projector that I could show you something. So I said to them, so to their Lord they're looking. At their Lord they're looking, right? It's not looking. They said no. What's the meaning of that? It's waiting. Alright, no problem. So it means they're not looking. Be with me. I said, as a result, that means they're not looking. He said, yes. I said, why did Allah say that they are looking while He doesn't want us to believe that they're looking? Why? Okay. Correct me, please. I'm going to put two phrases here. Shall I write on the wall or you don't allow me? Which one is more correct? إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. They're looking at their Lord. Or إِلَى رَبِّهَا غَيْرْ نَاظِرَةٌ. They're not looking at their Lord. Which one is more correct to you? Which one is more correct to you? They're in trouble. Wallah. They could not give any answer. Why Allah wants us to believe that He cannot be seen while He's saying in His Quran, people will see their Lord? Okay. Another question. أَأَمِنْتُمْ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاءِ. Are you secured that the one in heaven أَنْ يَخْسِفَ بِكُمُ الْأَرْضَ will cause the earth to swallow you, etc. So Allah said that He is where? في السماء. So I said, which is more correct to you? Allah في السماء أأمنتم من في السماء or أأمنتم من ليس في السماء? Which one is more correct to you? If they say to you, the one that says Allah is ليس في السماء, this is more correct, that means they are making that, they are claiming that Allah made a mistake. They'll be in trouble. This is the way we have to put those people under al-mahak, under the criterion. Khalas. So don't forget what I mentioned to you, that those are their two tricks. But our way to them is to look for what they affirm. The Mu'tazila, for example, they say Allah is Alim. Okay. So, but this is an attribute. And you're making Allah similar to His creatures. Why? Because in the scene, you can see this person is Alim. That means he has a mind. He has brain, right? There's no one that is Alim but has no brain. Okay, forget about the animals. They have brain, but their system is different. We're talking about someone who is Alim, a person of knowledge. He must be having brain. That's why our Pakistani brothers, do you have Pakistanis here? No Pakistanis here? We learned certain Arabic language from them in Saudi Arabia. If they get angry with someone, they say, Mafi mukh. Mafi, there's no brain in you. And now we start to use it as Arab people. We use that word. So every person who's Alim, that means he has brain, isn't it? So you did not benefit from anything except confusion. The one who is Alim, that means he has a brain. Yalla. If you want to compare the seen to the unseen, let's go. We can do that to you. We'll put you in trouble. You can't get out of it. No, those for the Mu'tazila. And also the Ibadis, by the way, they believe that the Quran is created. I think I mentioned that to you. But what we discovered the last time with them, this stopped. Just forget it. It stopped, isn't it? I forget. Is this working? Alhamdulillah. Yeah. The Ibadis. They believe that if someone committed kabira, major sin. Look, I can see some among you, they have no beard, right? I'm not. Don't look. I don't like those who shave their beards. But one time I found myself obliged to defend them. I have to defend them. You know why? Because those people, ibadis, they have fatwa that if you shave your beard, this is a major sin. And the punishment of major sin at the Day of Judgment is endless hell. Yani with the mushrik. You know Abu Jahl? Huh? Abu Jahl is mushrik, right? There's no way out of him from hell. Is that right? Merely shaving will cause this person to remain endlessly in Jahannam. I say to them, that's unfair. This man has tawheed with him, Yahi. He has la ilaha illallah with him. How did you compare him, made him equal to the one who's worshipping the cross, who is saying Allah is Trinity? This man has something significant with him. I know this is a sin to shave. But to say that merely shaving will be causing him to be with Abu Jahl, please tell me, where's the significance of Tawheed? You made eventually Tawheed equal with Shirk. I wanted to see, to watch, to bear with me, to think with me, how evil and harmful are those consequences of dalal. When you say there's no way out for those who commit major sin, that means at the end, Tawheed and Shirk are similar. But there must be significance for Tawheed over Shirk. How come at the end you made them? So this was a trouble for them. They said that, look, the Jews said, لن تمسنا النار إلا أياما معدودة. We won't be touched by the hellfire except a couple of days. Oh, you Sunni people, you're like them. You say that those who commit fornication, those who shave the beard, will remain a couple of days in hell, then they'll go out. So they call our belief is a Jewish belief. They say you took your source of belief about that from those. These are doubts. But don't worry, we have the remedy of those doubts. Don't worry. Okay? We say, look what was Allah's response to those people. What did He say to the Jews? قُلْ أَتَّخَذْتُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ عَهْدًا فَلَنْ يُخْلِفَ اللَّهُ عَهْدًا. Allah didn't say that your belief is this kind of belief that people may get in hell and then they go out of hell. He didn't say that's wrong. But He says something else. Did you take a covenant from Allah so Allah will not break His covenant? See what was Allah's response to them. Then you will analyze the truth. When Allah objected against what they said, He didn't say that's what you claim or this is haram to believe. No. Especially, I want to bear with me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ثُمَّ أَوْرَثْنَا الْكِتَابَ الَّذِينَ اصْطَفَيْنَا مِنْ عِبَادِنَا. Wow, what a beautiful ayat. فَمِنْهُمْ ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمِنْهُمْ مُقْتَصِدٌ وَمِنْهُمْ سَابِقٌ بِالْخَيْرَاتِ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ ذلك هو الفضل الكبير. In which surah is that? Surah Fatir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, then we caused to inherit the book those whom we have chosen of our servants. We have inherited the book. To who? He's talking about who? Help me. This ummah. The significant thing in this ummah. We have been given the book. Okay? فَمِنْهُمْ ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ. And among them is he who wrongs himself. وَمِنْهُمْ مُقْتَصِدٌ. Muqtasid is the one whose worship is fair. He doesn't make extra than what is requested, but he doesn't make less. Muqtasid, fair. وَمِنْهُمْ سَابِقٌ بِالْخَيْرَاتِ. And among them are those who are racing in doing the good. 3 types of people. The first one of them is who? The one who wrongs himself. So this is Allah's talking about those who will be sinners at the day of judgment. Then suddenly he said, جَنَّاتِ عَدْنٍ يَدْخُلُونَهَا يُحَلَّوْنَ فِيهَا من أساور من ذهب ولؤلؤا ولباسهم فيها حرير. For them gardens of perpetual residence which they will enter. They will be adorned therein with bracelets of gold and pearls, and their garments therein will be silk. وقالوا الحمد لله الذي أذهب عنا الحزن. Wallahi, if this is not a lecture about cults, I would have not been stopping reciting these verses. It softens the heart. What did they say? And they say, praise be to Allah who has removed from us all grievousness and sadness. The believer is the one who feels also sad. He's happy with his iman, but also he's sad. Why? من سرته حسنته وساءته سيئته فهو المؤمن. Who is happy with his good deed and he feels grief and sad for the bad deed he commits, he is the mu'min. And the mu'min doesn't believe, he hopes. It doesn't mean he doesn't believe, that means he rejects. No. He doesn't believe it that he may be forgiven. Ya Allah, we are living on that wish that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us forgiveness. We're living on that hope. Struggling. Sometimes we slip. Since we're talking about that, can you imagine someone who slips, fall down? What is he supposed to be doing if he slips? What? Get back up. Right. What if he slipped again? What if he slipped for the 3rd time? Imagine him saying, I'm not going to get up. Every time I get up, I slip. I'm not going to get up. I'm going to just keep falling down. Imagine that person may do it? No. So if you fall in sins, get up from what you slipped in and make another covenant with Allah. Don't give up. If you want, you should get up if you don't want to give up. Did you get me? You should not give up if you want to give up. Or to get up, I'm sorry. So, they say, Alhamdulillah, Allah had removed all sadness and grievousness from our hearts. Inna Rabbana laghafurun shakur. Our Lord is forgiving, appreciative. الذي أحلنا دار المقامة من فضله لا يمسنا فيها نصب ولا يمسنا فيها لغوب. القلوب. He who has settled us in the home of duration, that means paradise, out of his bounty, there touches us not in it any fatigue, and there touches us not in it weariness of mind. No tiredness, no sadness. Nasab, lughub, nothing. That's why there is no sleep in paradise. Did you know that before? Do you know that there's no sleep in paradise? Do you know that the number of women in paradise is double than the number of men? Do you know that? Huh? You didn't know that before? Tell me, yes or no? Poor people. I feel pity for you. You don't know that women's number in paradise is double than men? You should function your mind. If each one of you is going to be having 2 hurain, so what will be the number then? Alright? So according to this ayah, it's very clear that those who committed sins will be also included in Allah's fadl, great fadl, great grace. But there is no guarantee that they might be VIA, a corner in hell, before you go to paradise. There's no guarantee. But as for being muwahhid, and you died as muwahhid, I swear by Allah that you must enter paradise as muwahhid. You must. How dare I say that? Yeah. It is Allah, it is the right of Allah that Allah put on Himself. Don't you remember the hadith of Mu'adh bin Jabal? Ya Mu'adh, أتدري ما حق الله على العباد? Oh Mu'adh, do you know what is the right of Allah upon His servants? Mu'adh said, Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. He said, His right upon them, that they should worship Him, setting no partners with Him. Oh Mu'adh, do you know what is the right of people upon their Lord if they do so? He said, Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. It is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't torture them or will let them enter paradise. So we did not make... they said to me, so you're making the fornicator equal to the one, to the God-fearing one? I said, no. Regarding the beginning, they're not equal, but regarding the end, they are equal because they ended with Tawheed. Their consequence is Tawheed. So their result should be Tawheed. And Tawheed is greater than Shirk. Otherwise, if you say that this poor, Gillette Silver man will be with Abu Jahl, eternal neighbor to Abu Jahl, haram ya akhi. That means there is no difference between Tawheed and Shirk. It's very important. This is how people emotionally trick those youngsters. Play with them emotionally, making them believe these things. Right. Okay, so this is for the Jahmi or Mu'tazili. You must. What about Ash'ari? As I mentioned to you, Ash'aris, they affirm 7 attributes to Allah. They say you should not make ta'wil to it at all. So this will be our decoy to them. You have 7 attributes, 7 sifat. No ta'wil should be given. Why? Because they said it doesn't give me imagination of resemblance. How come? What are those attributes? Sami'. I am Sami'. So he made Allah similar to me. No, but I believe that this is as it meets with Allah's majesty. And I said to him, regarding istawa ala al-arsh, as it meets to Allah's majesty as well. Thank you. Period. Goodbye. What did you make? You're only causing confusion in the ummah, making the ummah busy with these things. Cut it out. You should abandon these kinds of systems. You accuse me that I'm mujassim, huh? And I accuse you that you're mujassim. You believe that Allah is Sami'. Oh, no, that according to what it meets with Allah's majesty. You believe that Allah Basir. So, and I'm Basir. See, you made Allah Sami'. You make Allah. Just like the way they accuse you, you can give them, return it to them the same way they believe it. Or they quit it. So you catch them. That's why the Ash'aris, because of that, they were divided into two groups now. Mufawwida and Mu'awwila. Mufawwida, and what is Mufawwida? Do you know the meaning of Tafweed? Have you heard of Tafweed? Mufawwid. Because of that, many Ash'aris, because of two factors, many Ash'aris talking about Allah and twisting the meaning of Allah's names and attributes, it caused them narrowness, strangle, suffocation. They feel it. It darkens their hearts and it solids their hearts, because they're denying Allah's attributes. Look, if those attributes do not meet with Allah's majesty, then why Allah attributed Himself by these names and attributes? Why? Do you know better about what worth is with Allah, what values Allah's majesty? You know better than Him, or He knows better than you? قُلْ أَأَنْتُمْ أَعْلَمُ أَمِ اللَّهِ. Do you know better, or Allah? Okay? So, because of that, some of them, they decided to stop that. But they went to the other extreme. They said, we don't know the meanings of Allah's attributes. What? Istawa ala al-arsh, what does it mean? We don't know. Huh? Yeah, ila rabbiha nadra. We don't know. How come you don't differentiate between Ar-Rahim and Al-Qawi? There's no difference between the merciful and the powerful? They say, no, we shouldn't. What do you mean you don't know? And they say, because we want to keep ourselves away from being indulged the way those Ahlul Kalam were indulged with. Yeah, that's fine. But indulge yourself in the Sunnah way of knowing Allah, just like the Salafus Salih, they had it. Don't go to two extremes. Either you twist the meanings of Allah, or the other way around. No, we don't know any meaning. They made Allah Allah's attributes just like saying Alif Lam Mim. You know the meaning of Alif Lam Mim? No? But Allah said that the Quran should be understood. How can you say it you don't know? Huh? But Allah said, Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka mubarak, a book that we descended to you, blessed, liyadabbaru ayatih, so they will be understanding the meaning of its ayat. How can we say I don't know? I'll put you in trouble. Answer the question. You don't know? Hamim Ain Sin Qaf Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad. What if a Christian said to you, what is this? Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad Hamim. What is that? You must give me meaning. The Quran said that the Quran has meanings. Do you have any answer to this? Yes. The meanings of the Arabic words in the Quran we should know. But those are not words. Those are not words. Any word we should know. Ibn Abbas said, كل القرآن أعلم إلا 4 أو 3 حميم 4 حميم غسلين الأواه الرقيم. Then afterwards, after a period of time, he knew their meaning. So Ibn Abbas said, all the Quran I know. He didn't say except the names and attributes of Allah. And Ibn Abbas was interpreting the Quran, and he never said while passing by the ayat of attributes, he didn't say stop here, don't interpret, let's go to another. No, he didn't say that. So the Ash'aris were divided into many groups, by the way, not only Mufawwida, Mu'awwila. Mu'awwila, they twist, not only give, I hope, they give meanings. They twist the meanings of Allah's names and attributes. Mufawwida, we don't know the meaning. Ya akhi, Allah is Rahim, we don't know the meaning. Allah is Tawwab, we don't know the meaning. You don't know the meaning of Muntaqim and Rahim? Muntaqim means the one who retaliates. This is one of the names of Allah. You don't know, differentiate the meaning between Muntaqim and Rahim? This is arrogance. This is rejection. Look, the ruling of the Muslim Ahlul Sunnah about this is this. If we have any access of knowing Allah's names and attributes by the Quran, the authentic Sunnah of Rasulullah, by the authentic interpretation of the companions, then don't say, I don't know. Giving you an example. In Sahih al-Bukhari, under the title, وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. Have you heard that verse before? And the throne of Allah is over. Can I drink water? No more time? Or questions? But this is just like the prescription of the doctor. I can't read it, so you read it. Inshallah, when I finish. Right, what was I saying? It is narrated in narrated authentically in Sahih Bukhari that Mujahid, the disciple of Ibn Abbas, and Abu al-Aliya, both are disciples of Ibn Abbas, they said, Istawa irtafa, he went up. Who said it? Mujahid said, Mujahid said, ala al-arsh. They are similar, by the way. They are similar. Very similar. No contradiction between both. Because ala, he went out. Irtafa, the same thing. Okay? They said he went up over his throne. Now, don't tell me that you have fear from Allah more than Mujahid, more than Abu al-Aliya. No, I don't want to know. I don't know the meaning. If the Salaf gave meaning, you must give meaning. Otherwise, you are rejecting. And guess what? Ibn Taymiyyah said that those who make tafweed to Allah's names and attributes, they are worse than those who give ta'wil. They are worst. You know why? Because they're making, look, Allah praised ar-rasikhina fil, what's the meaning of ar-rasikhuna fil ilm? Let me check it in the Quran. What's the meaning of ar-rasikhuna fil ilm? Those who have a deep understanding. War-rasikhuna fil ilm. Let's see. والراسخون في العلم والراسخون and but those firm in knowledge, those mufawwid people, they are firm in ignorance. والراسخون في الجهل. How can this be a way, an Islamic way, to be firm in ignorance? Please, for God's sake. Oh Allah, what's happening to this ummah? It's tragedy. We have to know how to deal with these issues. Maybe you don't know. But alhamdulillah, you got someone at least who can, alhamdulillah, yani by Allah's grace, and this grace of Allah upon me, that I have the honor of enlightening you and giving you this basic information. Now there is a war that was waged between Ash'aris. Those Mu'awwid people, they say, what? We have Ash'ari Mufawwid? That means they accuse the Prophet of being ignorant about Allah's names and attributes. So, you are in one of the two troubles. Either you say the Prophet didn't know, and how come? The Prophet said, I am the most one who knows about Allah more than you ever. And how come he doesn't know? Oh, the Mu'awwil Ash'aris know about Allah's attributes more Rasulullah. wow, this is a trouble. Or you say the Prophet knew. Look, if you said the Prophet didn't know, you're making your Ash'ari fellows more knowledgeable about Allah's attributes than Rasulullah. And that's a problem. But if you say he knew it, the question is, did he convey it or not? Aha, he did not convey it. Wow, and you're conveying it. MashaAllah. And Allah said that the Quran, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. We have descended the book unto you as clarification for everything. And Allah said, Allah had descended the book so they will understand it. Why He descended it? To understand it. لِيَدَّبَّرُوا آيَاتِهِ. To ponder upon its ayat. Did anyone say, Rasulullah or the companions or tabi'een, do not ponder about the ayat of attributes? No. So those people, they say this is a matter of precaution in religion. Wara'. You know the meaning of wara'? What's the meaning of wara'? You know the meaning of wara'? Have you heard of the word wara' before or not? Yes, what's the meaning of wara'? Yes. Wara'. Taqwa. Extreme piety. It is not extreme piety that you keep yourself away from knowing about Allah's names and attributes. Because if this is piety, that means Mujahid and Abu al-Aliya, who interpreted the meaning of Allah's attributes, tawa, that means they have no fear of Allah. That means they have no fear of Allah. So there was a troubled, big conflict between the Ash'ari Mufawwid and Ash'ari Mu'awwil. So those are calling people to what? To be ignorant regarding Allah's names. What kind of invitation? How come someone inviting me to be ignorant in Allah's names and attributes? So for this person, we had this new created Ash'ari sect. They are called Mufawwida. And because of that as well, there are many Ash'ari scholars who repented from this madhab. For example, some of those cults, they may say to you, you are Wahhabis. Ahlul Sunnah are the scholars of Islam. Imam Razi, Imam Juwaini, Imam Baqillani, Imam Ghazali. Have you heard of those before? Imam Ghazali repented from Ilmul Kalam, and he wrote a book 14 days before he died called Iljamul Awam, from Ilmul Kalam. That means making Ilmul Kalam prohibited from being sought and learned. And he said it opposes the way of the Salaf, and anything opposes the way of the Salaf, you should ban it. That's what he said in his book. There was a big change in him. Sure, this was a change. What about Razi? Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar in his book Fath al-Bari, he said Imam Razi, he wrote a will right before he died, which indicates it proves that he changed his doctrine. He repented from his doctrine. What? Why he repented? Was he Mu'tazili? He wasn't Mu'tazili. He was Ash'ari. So he repented from what? So this is Ghazali, this is Razi. Juwaini, also Ibn Hajar and many scholars, they quote him, they narrated authentically that he said before he died, Laytani lam akhud fi ilm al-kalam. I wish that I haven't indulged myself in ilm al-kalam. So those people today, they quote to you scholars who repented, but they don't tell you that they repented. This is the trick. Why those people have to repent from the madhab Ash'ari? Why? Because they knew it. Not only those people. Look, Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari himself, he was Mu'tazili, he was following Ilm al-Kalam. He said, if anyone knows me, He knows me. If for some people who do not know me, I am Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari. I declare my refusal, my dissociation from ilm al-kalam. No more. Who's my qudwa, my good model in my faith? Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. I follow his way. So if that person, Abu Hassan al-Ash'ari, is alive today, they would say to him, you're Hanbali, Hanbali Mujassim, Hanbali Wahhabi, Mushabbih. Look, sometimes, I have a charisma in my way of giving the idea, so please don't mistake me. I hope you like it. But I don't do it for you guys. No. I do it to, it's a night time and there's no enough oxygen, yahi. Please, first carbon dioxide, please. No, but this is open. It's okay. Yeah. The other point which is very important for you to know is, those people make you think that they are so strict in this. They are very high sensitive regarding exalting Allah above anything that doesn't meet His Majesty. Right? But they're mushrik. Ya Sidi Abdul Qadir Jilani, Sidi Ahmad al-Rifa'i, help me, I'm in trouble. Please, madad, 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 Ya Sidi Ghazali, Sidi. They're mushrik. And how come a mushrik is so keen to raise Allah above what doesn't meet His Majesty? How come? Please tell me. He's mushrik. If you ever debated with one of those people, put him in trouble with this subject. Our topic is about Tawheed. Tell me, what is the matter of shirk in Allah's perspective in His Quran that Allah was always talking about? It's very important. They'll say to you, you are mujassim, mushabbih. Wait. Let's see what is the topic of shirk and Tawheed in the Quran. Before you say that to me, I know I am to you mushabbih, mujassim, mubalkif, etc. Anything. Name it. Okay? But please tell me, what is the thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala criticized and called it shirk? He'll fall in trouble. You know why? Because most of the Quran contains criticizing those who ask upon someone other than Allah. فَإِذَا رَكِبُوا فِي الْفُلْكِ دَعَوُا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. Whenever they board the ship, the ark, they keep asking Allah, making their supplication, their deen sincere to Him. فَلَمَّا نَجَّاهُمْ إِلَى الْبَرِّ إِذَا هُمْ يُشْرِكُونَ. But when He saves them to the land, they return to their shirk. One guy, he was saying to me, Madad ya Muhammad, madad, madad, madad. Just to provoke me. So I said to him, oh, you are one of those people who seek help from Wad, Suwa', Yaghuth, Ya'uq, Nasr. He said, what? No, I didn't say that. Don't put in my mouth something that I didn't say. I said, they used to be asking help from those people. So you're similar to them. You are mushabbih with kuffar. You are mushabbih to the kuffar. This is what Allah said, that this is shirk. And you're opposing it. And you think that we are so stupid enough to think that you are so keen to raise Allah above what doesn't meet His Majesty. You fell in shirk. In your shirk, you are making Allah equal. And look what Allah said. فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ. No hafiz here? أنتم تعلمون. So what's the meaning of أندادا? What's the meaning of أندادا, bro? أندادا? Huh? أشباها. Don't make Allah similar to His creatures. Was He talking about sifat? No. He's talking about the Arabs. Ibn Abbas said, At-Tabari in his book, he said, the Arabs used to be affirming Allah's oneness, but they used to be setting partners with Him in their worship to Him. So he's talking about what? About those who call upon others, the dead people. When they call upon the dead people, they're making them equal to Allah. How? 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 When they call the dead, they believe that the dead can hear them at any time, right? Listen to me. They believe that the dead can hear them at any time, right? Yes or no? You're sleepy.
Yes.
Are you sleepy?
No.
If you're sleepy, وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَعَلَى آلِهِ وَصَحْبِهِ. Please be with me. Okay. So, if they believe that the dead can hear them, okay, that means the dead can hear all of them or some of them? MashaAllah. All of them. What about, and all of those who speak Arabic, or even if they speak Urdu and Somali? All languages. MashaAllah. And in all places or some places? MashaAllah. So this dead person, who did not have this talent when he was alive, now he has this talent. Now he has super talent. He knows all languages. He hears all people, despite the variety of their languages, mashallah, and he can chase them wherever they are. Okay, there's another thing. Can he comprehend all of them when they call him at the same time? Yes. But wait a minute. Allah said in the Quran, مَا جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِرَجُلٍ مِّن قَلْبَيْنِ فِي جَوْفِهِ. Allah did not set two hearts in the inner of the one person. That means no one can comprehend, can listen to two persons at the same time. That's what you say. If he spoke to me and that brother spoke to me at the same time, say, wait a minute, I don't have two hearts. Let one only speak to me, not two. How much more if those people say to us that they can hear all people, despite the variety of all of their languages, despite the wideness of all the land, they can hear, and they can give what they need. So what do you call that person? For example, if he is Jilani, we should say Jilani subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khalas, he's God. You're making me equal to Allah. When you say that he can listen to all at the same time. Right? This is a tragedy if there are Muslims who say La ilaha illallah and they believe in this. So I was asking someone like that. I would say to him, does Jilani hear everything? The Prophet, does he hear? He said yes. Does he hear you now? Yes. Does he watch BBC? Yes. Al Jazeera? Yes. All TVs? Yes. Yes. I mean, what do you expect? Did he reach to believe that he is God or not? Yes. Wallahi, yes. Whether he says yes or no, I don't need him to say no. I don't need him to say no. This is a tragedy. So that's why Ibn Abbas said, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَ قُلْ مَنْ رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ السَّبْعِ قُلْ مَنْ رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ السَّبْعِ وَرَبُّ الْعَرْشِ الْعَظِيمِ سَيَقُولُونَ لِلَّهِ. Ibn Abbas said, among their knowledge is their belief. When you ask them who created the earth, who created the heaven, they will say to you, it is Allah. وَمَعَ ذَلِكَ هُمْ بِهِ مُشْرِكُونَ. And despite that, they are making shirk. They are mushrik, making partners with Allah. Okay. I want you to listen to this and try to memorize it. It's been recorded. You can write it down, inshallah. It's very important. Abdullah ibn Mubarak. Have you heard of this man? He's a great tabi'i. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, he said, من قال لك يا مشبه فاعلم أنه جهمي. Whoever said to you, you are mushabbih, mujassim, you should know that he is Jahmi. He's a follower of Jahm ibn Safwan, narrated by Ibn Manda in Sharh Hadith al-Nuzul, page 53. Abu Hatim al-Razi, he said, علامة أهل البدع, the sign of the people of bid'ah, الوقيعة في أهل الأثر, they're insulting to the people of athar, people of hadith, people of sunnah. The sign that they are jahmis, that they are people of bid'ah, is they always keep attacking, you know, and they do it very rudely. You are Wahhabis. And once they start to use the word Wahhabis, yani he's about to break his teeth. Why? Why, please calm down. Ya akhi, take me as Christian. Teach me. If you see a Christian, will you say to him, you're a Christian? Are you going to do that to him? No. Like one of those people of bid'ah, I wanted to shake hands with him. He said, no, I don't shake hands with him. So I said to his friends, look guys, when he goes out, he's going to shake hands with Christians. So Christians to him are better than me. He doesn't shake hands with me, but to the Christians, he does it. Az-Zabidi, the commentator of the book Ihya Ulum ad-Din, he's not Wahhabi, he's Sufi. But look what he said. وَسَمَّتِ الْمُعْتَزِلَةُ أَهْلَ السُّنَّةِ مُشَبِّهَةً. Mu'tazila called Ahl Sunnah Mushabbiha. Why? Because they believe that Allah should not be seen. And the Ash'aris, by the way, they believe that Allah should be seen. No, they can't deny that. Ash'ari, this is and this is the decoy that you can use it against them. Why? You know why? Because Mu'tazila said, من زعم أن الله يرى لا في محل فقد أضحك الناس على عقله. Whoever claimed that Allah can be seen without a place, he is making fun of himself, fooling himself, making people laugh at him. Did you get the point? It's a very important point. You can catch them by this. Even those Brelwis or etc. Sorry, Brevely. Are they Brevely or Brelwi? Brevely. Mwah. 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 You know what they say to you? This is Sunnah. When the Mu'adhin say Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, what do they say? What do they say after that? Habibi ya Rasulullah or something. Poor people. I feel really pity. Their case is very pitiful, by the way. Where did they get it from? From this Brelwi person. He said that it has been narrated in Musnad al-Firdaus for ad-Daylami, this narration, that if the Prophet's name is mentioned, you kiss your fingers and not your wife's fingers, your own fingers. What? Like that. Is it in Musnad al-Firdaus? I said, okay, let's open Musnad al-Firdaus. I read it from A to Z. There's nothing there. But what they say, Imam Sakhawi said that it's in Musnad al-Firdaus. Okay, but Sakhawi is mistaken, and this narration is not there. Read it. Sakhawi was referring to the book of al-Firdaus, but it's not there. And Sakhawi said it is weak. But wait a minute, it's not there. But even if he said weak, what did the Brelwi said? He said regarding weak evidence, weak hadith, we can use them for fazail, you know, fazail amal. But fazail should be the something called legislation. It should be legislated authentically. Then fazail hadith should be used to encourage what had been legislated, legalized by the book and the sunnah. This is what scholars said. But it's not there. And people, poor people, they do it. And they think that they can love the Prophet more than us because we hate the Prophet. I had a debate with people. They're very rude. And the debate started like this. They said, we are Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, and you are the people of Bid'ah. I said, wait a minute, our debate is about Bid'ah, and we came to say no for Bid'ah, but you came to defend it. How can you be Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, and we are Ahlul Bid'ah? We're saying to the Bid'ah no, and you're saying to the Bid'ah yes. How can we be people of Bid'ah? So, but you know what? No for this one. Alright. Not for this one. Not for this one. Where's... I'm sorry, Sheikh. I got messed up. I have... If you know about how many files I have of Al-Jilani. Have you heard of Jilani, brothers? You heard of Jilani? Do you want to listen to what Jilani said? Look what Jilani said. Jilani said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is over his throne and he made istiwa by himself, not as what the Ash'aris and Mu'tazili claim. And Allah gets down at the last part of the night every day, exploring and offering his mercy. But the one who is coming, not his mercy or his command, no. As the Ash'aris claim and Mu'tazila claim. So Mu'tazila and Asha'ira, in the perspective of Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, are deviated cults. And that was mentioned in his book Al-Ghunyah li Talib al-Haq, page 53. Now let's say, I want you to see what is the bad consequence of twisting the meanings of Allah's attributes. For example, they say, Allah's get down at the last part of the night, it means His mercy. You're narrowing the mercy of Allah. The mercy of Allah only gets down on people only at the last part of the night. Haram alaykum. Shame on you. The mercy of Allah is descending always day and night from Allah to His servants. Not only at the last part of the night, at the last third part of the night. You see, I'm showing the consequence. Okay, they say, His angels. His angels are descending by day and night, not only at the last part of the night. One person said to me, okay, can you please explain to me how can he go down? I said to him, prove him up, then I'll prove to you how he goes down. Prove him up. Prove him up. Because as if he affirmed that Allah is up, they put him in trouble. No. طيب. What was I? Yeah, I wish to see that Al-Jilani. Subhanallah. Oh, forget it. Anyway. Forget it. Oh, I found it. Jilani said, Ya man yashkul khalqa masa'iba. O you who raise your complaint to people, who complains his problems to people. ايش ينفعك شكواك إلى الخلق? What would be beneficial that you complain your problems to people? لا ينفعونك, they won't benefit you. ولا يضرونك, they neither harm you. وإذا اعتمدت عليهم وأشركت في باب الحق عز وجل يبعدونك. And if you set them as partners with Allah, they will distance you from the way of Allah. وفي سخطه يوقعونك. The rhyme in Arabic is very beautiful, by the way. And in His wrath they will let you fall. أنت يا جاهل, you ignorant, تدعي العلم تطلب الخلاص من الشدائد بشكواك الخلق. You seek to run out from the problems by seeking help from the creatures. وينك ويلك, woe unto you. أما تستحي أن تطلب من غير الله. Aren't you ashamed to ask someone other than Allah, وهو أقرب إليك من غيره, while he is closer to you than anyone else? Don't you like that? Makes sense. Where's that? In his book الفتح الرباني والفيض الرحماني, page 117. And I like what some people said. استغاثة العبد بالعبد, استغاثة المخلوق بالمخلوق, كاستغاثة الغريق بالغريق. The seeking help from a creature to another creature is a screaming of help from a drowning person to another drowning person. Huh? Imagine I'm drowned. Oh, help! And there's another one. He's drowning, and I say to him, "Help me!" And he's saying to me, "Help me." A funny thing happened when I was debating with the Shia. I said, "Look, if you are diving, if you are swimming, and there's a Christian guard, you know the guard of swimming, guards of swimming. What do you call them? Huh? Dive. Lifeguard. If there's a lifeguard close to you, and his name is Joseph. His name is what? Joseph. And you are drowning. Would you say, "Oh Joseph, help me," or you will say, "Oh Hussein, help me"? He said, "No. I'll say, 'Oh Hussein, help me.'" I said, "Alhamdulillah, we may get rid of you soon, inshallah, by falling deep under the water." Yalla, go down. We don't need mushriks. Yeah. And so I want you to know that the fact is about Jilani, that he is a great Hanbali Sunni scholar. Have you heard of that before? He is. He's a great Hanbali Sunni scholar. Well, those people don't know. They got used to something. And they... طيب. Now I think we have taken much time from you, right? طيب. The last thing will be inshallah Sunday. And Sunday will give you more chance to ask more questions. But today we're going to just stick to those questions. And if you kindly read them. But if there's anyone who would like to ask any question, any doubt you have, please, that's your chance now. Yes, Father.
The difference between Ash'ari and Sunnah, they found the Ash'ari, they say, it came to the ijtihad of the scholars.
The Ash'airah.
Yeah, some they say it's mistake from ijtihad. Even if it's mistake, they say there's...
كل مجتهد مصيب. Every mujtahid is right.
Yeah.
That's what they believe. Which is wrong. How come if they say لكل مجتهد نصيب, yes, for every mujtahid there is a portion of reward. Yeah, because the one who made it wrong, okay, he tried to do it right, but he failed. But even if the person made it wrong while he tried to make it right, Allah will give him reward. Okay? He'll be half rewarded. But the one who made it right will be fully rewarded. That's true. That's correct. But to say every mujtahid is right, how come? There are many people who make ijtihad and they were wrong. Some of them are Sahaba. I mean, when there was a fight between Ali radiallahu anhu and Muawiyah, one of them must be wrong, and Muawiyah is wrong. May Allah be pleased with him. Okay? So they both made ijtihad. One of them was right and one of them was. But if they say every mujtahid is right, correct, the mind cannot bear it. Okay? There are things that those people have unbearable, such as saying Allah is neither inside the world nor outside. That would be causing a Bin Laden bomb to explode the mind. How come? How can he? Okay, he's not inside the world. All right, but even not outside. He's neither inside nor outside equals, Marx statement: no God. Shiui, communist. You know, if the communists hear that from those Ash'aris or Jahmis, they'll be saying, "You're right. That's what we've been telling you, you Muslim guys, since 200 years ago. We've been saying to you, there's no God. But now, when you said he's neither inside nor outside, thank you. That's correct. We believe in that, because this is the attribute of what? The non-existent thing. What do you call it? Nothingness. No, nothingness. But those people did not mean to be atheists. They didn't say we're atheists. But that's what it leads to. Many people, they don't realize that what they say will be leading to a greater evil than what they thought it to be evil. Such as, they will be saying to you, Allah is, He invaded or captured or controlled. You know, they have many meanings. Look. They say, He had control over the throne. MashaAllah. But Allah said that after He created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, now, after that, He went over the throne. So if you say control, that means before that, it was out of His control. So it was under control of who? That's the problem. They say Allah is making Himself higher in status than the throne. Oh, so Allah was comparing Himself to the throne. So the throne is high. That means the throne is a great honor. But Allah is more honorable than the throne. So Allah was making comparison between Him and the throne when He said ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. What are you trying to say? Then they say, didn't Allah say وَهُوَ الْوَاحِدُ الْقَهَّارِ? He made qahr to the throne. Yani He broke the throne. Qahr, you know qahr? How do you say qahr in English? Can anyone remember the al-qahhar? What's the meaning of al-qahhar? Irresistible. Yani He's powerful over everything, right? I was saying to one of those, what's the meaning of qahar al-arsh? Yani He humiliated the arsh. Qahar. So I said, your sheikh, I was debating with a Habashi. I said, your sheikh is humiliator of chairs. He qahar al-kursi. Qahar al-kursi. So he proved that he is more powerful than the kursi, than the chair. Those people give very naive, stupid meanings, which the Arabs people in their using of language never use that. They never use that. Like, for example, someone said to me yesterday, يُقَالُ نَظَرَ وَجْهِي إِلَيْكَ. My face looked at you. That means my face was looking at you. No. That means it was waiting for you. Can you say? Did anyone, even in Urdu language, in Urdu, did anyone, does it say in Urdu language, do you use it in Urdu language, that when you say my face looked at you, that means my face was waiting for you? Do you use that in Urdu? In Sanskrit language? In Chinese language? They bring bizarre and stupid meanings and they say, this is linguistically right. For what reason? Wallahi, brothers, for no reason. Only to maintain what they have inherited, that's all. I'm so sorry I've taken much time. I can see you very tired, and the brothers in the mosque, they did not bring any refreshments. You needed some. Why, akhi? Why? Next time. No, I'm just joking. Jazakallah khair. I think the benefit has a greater barakah than any kind of refreshment. I hope, inshallah, I have benefited in this. I have many things, inshallah, to say to you. I hope it will be finalized in the last lecture about that. And the subject about those people is big enough, believe me. because I'm giving you one glimpse of my 35 years of really harsh debates with those people. Anyway, so what was the question? Did I answer the question? Did I answer the question or not? What was the question?
The question is, because this is ijtihad, just like the fiqh,
Uh-huh.
the ulama, they differ.
Yeah.
And still Muslim in Ahlul Sunnah. They said the ulama also differ, so the difference does not keep them from Ahlul Sunnah.
No. The case is that all scholars, big scholars, Shafi'i, Ahmad, they all describe those who follow ilm al-kalam that they are zanadiqa, zandake, zindiq. That this ilm is the ilm of Yunan, Greek ancient philosophy, that it shouldn't find any place in the place of Islam. So, this is not a mistake. Every mistake those people fall in, it's because of their disobedience to the scholars. Because the scholars agreed that this so-called knowledge shouldn't have any kind of place in Islam. And it is the causer not only of mistakes, but the greatest division in the ummah is because of that. That's why Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said that the harm of the ai of innovation is worse than the harm of those who drink alcohol, those who follow the desires, those who fornicate. Those who fornicate and drink, take drugs, they are harmful to the society. But the harm of those imams of innovation is ever worse than them. That's why, brothers, you are belittling the case, this kind of case. We have many so-called scholars of those people, of Ahl Bid'ah, Imam of Ahl Bid'ah. They come and say, oh, Sahaba, whenever they give a lecture, oh, Sahabis, give those people, they come and they need something to soften their hearts. They come from fitan outside, and when they come to the mosque, they have a burn, there's a fire inside them because of their sins. Then you come to them and you add the fire to this fire. Talk about what happens there, etc., etc. So, therefore, we say, this is not a sin that is forgiven. No. This is a natural disaster of that sin of bringing this ilm al-kalam and distributing it to the people. Okay? Questions?
Can one be excused on basis of ignorance that one knows not where Allah Ta'ala is?
Raise your voice and let the mic get it, so people inshallah will be benefit. That's what I suggest. Jazakallahu khairan. Yes, yeah. That's a good suggestion. Right hand. أعطي باليمين وخذ باليمين.
Can one be excused on basis of ignorance that one knows not where Allah Ta'ala is?
No, he's rewarded. We're talking about before going over the throne. When Allah says that He's over the throne and you say, no, I don't know, that's a sin, yes. But suppose someone asks you this question, and they do. They say to you, what about before going over His throne? Where was He? Were you faced by this question before? Yes or no? Fine. Some people said it. We said to them, He didn't tell us. Wallahi, I'm not mistaken. He didn't tell me. He only told me that He went over the throne after He created the heavens and the earth. So stick to what Allah told you. And don't try to find what was He before He went over the throne. That's not your job. And now you are denying what Allah told you about Himself. I'm afraid if I told you where was He before, you may also deny it. And they bring this issue just to run away and put you in trouble and run away from your questions. This is a fox way of dodging. A fox way of dodging. So you have to be careful. So you tell them, our manhaj, methodology is this. we do not speak about Allah but by what He told us about Himself. And we don't go beyond that. We don't go further. If He gives us further knowledge about Him, we stick to it. We submit. If He didn't tell us, so did He tell us that He is in the heaven, in the height, over His throne or not? So it's sin to say, I don't know. Because you don't want to know. The fact is, you don't want to know. Okay? Another question?
What if one believes Allah is everywhere? Do you need to establish proof, or is this known from necessity?
It is known from necessity that Allah is with us by His knowledge and by His protection. Your mom was not graduate from Sorbonne University, but she says to you, Allah ma'ak, my son, may Allah be with you. So what did she mean by saying may Allah be with you? Yani may Allah accompany you, go with you? It's known. You don't need to be studying philosophy or it's naturally known. So Allah is with us wherever we go by His knowledge. And this is what Imam Malik said. Allahu fi as-sama' wa ilmuhu fi kulli makan la yakhlu min ilmihi makan. Allah is in the height and His knowledge is everywhere. No place that can be missed from His knowledge. Is it clear to you? So Allah is with us, yes, by His knowledge, not by His person, because He told us He is over the throne. How can He be over the throne and He goes down? If He's like me and you, I'll be in trouble in giving an answer. But you guys, you're defending your point that Allah is not resembled to His creatures. That's why, I'll tell you that, but don't tell anyone, please. Keep it secret, huh? Those people did not fall in ta'til, denial, but before that they fell in tajseem, making Allah body. Because when they say to you, how can He be up and He goes down at the same time? So they're talking about someone who's like us. See, now you can tell that there's shaitan here. Shaitan is working inside them. And he gave them an image of one who's like us. If he's up, he cannot be down. Is he over the throne? Yes. Does he go down in the last third part of the night? Did the Prophet say it? We affirm it. Because you have to know that the book and the sunnah, they do not contradict. I'm talking about the authentic sunnah. If there's hadith sahih and there's ayah, they will never be and I keep my word on that, just like what Ibn Taymiyyah did. Never ever will be any contradiction between the authentic hadith of Rasulullah and any ayah of the Quran, because both are from Allah. That's what the scholars said. وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ كُلٌّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا. Both are from Allah. Is clear, inshallah? Is there any question from the brothers?
Sheikh, is the mushaf a bid'ah?
Mushaf?
Bid'ah. It's a bid'ah. It's an innovation. The kitab, Quran. It's an innovation. Like some individuals, they say that the compiling of the mushaf. That's right.
We have things that we call them the means of worship. Means of worship. They are themselves not worship, but they are means to worship. When there is a need for them, we can use them, and this is not bid'ah. For example, at the lifetime of the Prophet, there was no need to write all the Quran, to compile it in one book. Why? It was in the hearts of all the companions. Okay? So, since they all have the Quran, there's no problem. The need did not come yet. But when it occurred to Umar to compile the Quran in one book, when the Sahaba were fighting the enemies, especially in Yamama, when they were fighting with Musaylama, the liar, al-Kadhab. Have you heard Musaylama? Have you heard of Musaylama al-Kadhab? Who tried to bring something similar to the Quran? Huh? وَالْآكِلَاتِ أَكْلَا وَالْعَاجِنَاتِ عَجْنَا, etc., etc. Yeah. So they were fighting Musaylama, and many of the companions who have the Quran in their chests, they died. Then Umar said to Abu Bakr, أَدْرِكْ هذه الأمة, make something to this ummah. Those half of the Quran, they're dying. And if they all died, that means we have a problem. We have to compile the Quran. So when they had the idea, when they need. So those are means. Compiling is the wasila approach, means to what? To maintain this ibadah of having the Quran all available for us. We call those masalih mursala. Masalih mursala. When there's a need for this, which at the lifetime of the Prophet there was no need for it, we can use it. Such as the train, the airplane. Is it means of worship or not? It is means of worship. I can use the train or the airplane to go to perform Hajj or Umrah. Is that right? So the train is wasila, an approach for this worship. Is that right? Okay. Some may say to you, alright, so if you say this is bid'ah, alright, don't try the underground, it's bid'ah. Don't use the airplane, it's bid'ah. This is a stupid way of arguing. Look at this. How can we solve this sickness? Based on the sunnah of Rasulullah, based on the methodology of Rasulullah. If the Prophet was given the choice between doing something easy and something difficult, something easy and something easier, what would the Prophet be choosing? What is easier? So, based on that, if there was train at the lifetime of the Prophet, would he be using the camel? Huh? No. Based on what? He chooses the easier. So this is sunnah. It's not bid'ah. This is the sunnah of Rasulullah, to choose what is easier. So I have chosen it because based on this sunnah. So I'm following the sunnah and this. It's not a matter of bid'ah. Clear? Yeah. How many questions we still have? 6, 7, 9, 8. Allahu Akbar. I'll try to summarize quickly. Let's go.
It says, Sheikh, I heard many people saying that the first thing Allah created was the nur of the Prophet ﷺ. So can you clarify please?
So the first thing Allah created is the nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Huh? فآمنوا بالله ورسوله والنور الذي أنزلنا. Huh? And also there's another verse that as for those who believed in Allah and His Messenger and the light that Allah sent with Him. I think maybe they changed it. They said that Allah believe in Allah and His Messenger, which He is the descended light. He didn't say that. The Quran said the light that was descended with Him. What is the light that was descended with Him? Huh? With Him. What? Raise your voice. Quran ya akhi. قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ وَكِتَابٌ مُبِينٌ. They say, sorry, they say, the nur is Rasulullah and the Kitab Mubin is the Quran. What a liar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, as for those who believed in Allah and His Messenger and the light that was sent with Him, descended with Him, وَالنُّورِ الَّذِي أَنزَلْنَا. The Prophet was not descended. The Prophet is just like me and you. You say that the Prophet is like me and you? Oh my God. They consider that to be a sin. Like us? Okay, so he was the first light. He was born from the light. The light of who? Yeah, from the light of who? The light of Allah. Oh, it's just like Christianity, Catholicism. Because they say, have you seen the Catholic Catholicism? That Jesus is Nurun min Nur. He is light of the light of his Father. MashaAllah. He is the light of Allah. So what are those brevies saying? He's the light of Allah, huh?
He says that it was the first thing Allah created. The first thing Allah
created. He created. No, but there are many other nations. They say that He created from Allah's light.
That it was the first thing Allah created.
Yeah. But they also say, and I know that the statement, and I can bring it to you, they say from Himself. Nurun min Nur, min Nurillah. All right. So if He was the light, He was created before Adam. So Adam has to say to the Prophet Muhammad, my father. Is that right? If he was created before Adam, okay, so he's the father of Adam. If he was created after Adam, so we want to know now, we are confused. Who's the father? Who's the father now? Adam is the father? So throw what they say in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. So either he is like us or not. The other evidence. Aisha radiallahu anha was, she woke up, in Sahih Muslim. She woke up at the depth of the night. She could not see Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And she was touching. Until she caught the Prophet ﷺ by his foot. And he was making a long sujood to Allah. So tell me, there was no light. There was no light. So where's that light? See? And I remember something. They say that the Prophet knows everything. But the Prophet did not know that Aisha was left in the desert. Oh my God. Did he know or not? They say he knows everything. See? Do you know this hadith in Sahih Bukhari? That Aisha was left where? In the desert. And she was seen by who? Safwan ibn al-Mu'attal. He said, oh, the family of Rasulullah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And he let her ride the camel, and he took his long way walking to Medina. So tell me, did the Prophet know that? If you say he knew it, that means you're saying that the Prophet has no honor. How come a Prophet allow his wife to be left in the desert, and then he allows a foreigner man to accompany her to Medina, and the Prophet knew it? So did he know it or not? So there's something that the Prophet misses. He doesn't know. So how can he claim that he knows everything, even you, when you talk to him? Good point or not? Clear?
Sheikh, who are the Rafida Shia?
A Shia Rafida, that means we have to... Are you ready for another lecture? Oh, come on. Rafida are those who refuse the truth. They refused the companions. They say that most of the companions became apostated, kuffar. They cursed Aisha. They say she was fornicating. That's what they say. They say Abu Bakr Umar are kuffar. They say the Quran is changed. They are similar to the Sufis in terms of saying, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali, Ya Hussein, Ya Fatima. Similar to them. No difference. So that's a long story. If you want, you can type Dimashqiyya Rafida, then you'll find a lot of answers to the question.
Is it bid'ah to wipe your face after making dua?
Wiping the face, it's because of lack of knowledge and based on some weak hadith. There is no authentic hadith about that. That's why scholars said there is no one that wipes his face by his hands after supplicating but he is ignorant. Jahil. Okay. We accuse them by bid'ah if we tell them this truth and we show them, okay, the truth and they reject it. By the way, Bukhari has a slight part of a book. It's called جزء في المسح بعد الدعاء مسح الوجه, and he said there is no hadith authentic ever proves that you should wipe your face. Yeah, there's something that you wipe before you sleep. You wipe your whole body while reading ma'awidhat. Okay, that's sunnah. Okay. Putting your hand on the spot where you feel pain and saying أعوذ بقدرة الله أعوذ بعزة الله وقدرته من شر ما. If there's something authentically reported, yes, but there's nothing narrated authentically about wiping. But some people say, so if we do that, ya akhi, did we fall in kufr? Ya akhi, come on, you Wahhabis are very extremist, ya akhi. If we did that, haram, kafarna, we rejected faith. That reminds me with what is narrated authentically by Musayyab, that he saw a man before praying Fajr, he keeps standing praying and Allah praying until the moment of Iqamah. So Sa'id said, don't do that, what are you doing? Then the man said to him, أَيُعَذِّبُنِ اللَّهُ عَلَى الصَّلَاةِ? Allah will be torturing me because of the prayer I'm performing? He said, no. وَلَكِنْ يُعَذِّبُكَ عَلَى خِلَافِ السُّنَّةِ. But he'll be torturing you because your opposition to the sunnah. Because of that, he'll be torturing you. See, the answer was so accurate. The man is saying, I'm praying. He'll be punishing me if I pray. He said, no, he'll be punishing you because you're opposing the sunnah.
Can we make dua in congregation?
Yeah. Sure we can do. When the Imam in Friday khutbah make dua, we can do that. But not at any other time. Here we say this is sunnah. Other than that, if it happens occasionally, yes. If it becomes sha'ira, rites, rituals, we say now this is bid'ah. Okay?
What does the ayah, no compulsion in the religion, what does it mean? La ikraha fi
There is no compulsion in religion. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. There's no compulsion in terms of matter of faith, matter of deen. There's no ikrah. You can't make ikrah. Especially, Allah said in another ayah, أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. Is that right? What? Did I make any mistake? أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. But he didn't say أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. What's the matter with you guys? Are you okay? I'm quoting something, and I want to see if you're with me or not. Because if you're not with me, according to Bush, you're against me. If you're not with me, you're against me. Okay, so listen to me carefully. Allah said, are you compulsing people to be, so they become mu'min? Compulsing people to become mu'min, there is no way, even on the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, to do it. But fighting them until they submit to Allah, yes. قاتلوا الذين لا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر. Fight those who do not believe neither in Allah nor in the hereafter. And the Prophet, he said, أمرت أن أقاتل الناس حتى يقولوا لا إله إلا الله. So there is no contradiction here regarding penetrating iman, forcing iman to penetrate your heart. No way. No one, even the Prophet. Okay? But fighting those people who refuse Islam, that's another thing. فإن أقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فإن تابوا وأقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فإخوانكم في الدين. So there's no contradiction here. Because when we're fighting people because they're not accepting Islam, and as a matter of fact we're fighting those who intervene between us and our call to those who want to know the truth, who want to follow the truth, but they are chicken, coward, they're afraid, they have certain, or those people are blocking them. Okay, Shaykh? And it's narrated authentically that the Prophet ﷺ used to be passing by a village and waiting until the adhan of Fajr. If he hears adhan in the village, he pass by and go. If he doesn't hear adhan, then he attacks. There is a fight between the soldiers of Allah, the allies of Allah, and the allies of shaitan. Don't tell me we have to be so tolerant and peaceful to the allies of shaitan. No. If you don't leave them, they won't leave you. People of bid'ah, if you decided to leave them, they will not leave you. Because those people of bid'ah, they are agenda by themselves. They are being used politically. Why? Why they open the red carpet for the Imam of the Ahmadis? Why? Because they believe in Ahmadiyya. Why they give him that honor? You know, those English people, they know what to do. They mean business. Huh? I mean, English people told me, we are just like the snake. Our skin is so soft, but our bite is very harmful. They mean business. They know why they're supporting those people. Politically is for their favor. So why don't we also do it politically for the favor of Islam? But we're not doing the job. If we say to the guys, please come for ilm, yeah, inshallah. So we can collect 50 people. Wow, inshallah. Next day, discounted. They become 30. After 3 days, they become 10. After a month, 5, 3, and each of which give a justification. My mom is in the hospital. I have this, I have that. And the sheikh will be saying nothing more than, may Allah reward you, it's okay. What can he do? Can he give you a penalty? Just like the penalty, the fine they give, which is not fine. Can he give you a fine? Just like this, no fine that they give you on the street. He can't do anything. But as a result, you are, to me, just like those who run away from a battlefield. You're not doing the job. They are coming to you, attacking your faith. Look, I was in the Hyde Park. I was debating with a Christian. I was not debating. La wallah. I was giving a soft advice. And this man was listening to me and he was happy. Then Shaitan, Rafidi, he came to him and he said to him, don't listen to this one. He's Wahhabi. And poor English, he doesn't know. So you know, Wahhabi. He said, what? Wallahi. He said to him, don't listen to him, he's Wahhabi. So, why did I say that? What was I saying? Remind me? Why did we come to this? Yeah, Sheikh. What I was saying, if you leave them, they won't leave you. So you have no choice. You have to deal with it. I'm not saying fight. I'm saying struggle, learn. Because today we have no knowledge. That's why we are chicken. We don't dare to stand before them and tell them you're wrong. Okay? So you have to do you have to learn. You have to activate the knowledge, Sheikh. Otherwise, wallahi, you're responsible. And you won't be excused to say, well, let us go to, make jihad. This is the easiest. There are many youngsters who went to jihad and it ended with them by killing themselves or killing some brothers. Why? Because the knowledge, you need it. Whether you are here or you're there in the battlefield of jihad. Many people, it ended with them like that. That's why knowledge is very important to improve this ummah. I'm sorry, I don't want to speak more than that, but how many questions?
That's one more shot.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. One. That's good.
Says, Sheikh, what is evil eye?
Evil eye is from those envious people, or envious people. Envious people, when they see Allah preferring you in something lively object, like a beautiful wife, they keep looking at you and they get mad. They wish that they have it. But there are those who have more evil eye than those, are those who say, I wish that his wife died because she's beautiful. He knows he can't get her, but either he wishes that her husband die or she die. He doesn't think about that Allah prepared for His servants something that their eyes can never imagine. He's not a person of the hereafter. If he's engaged attaching himself to the hereafter, he will not be having that envious eye, evil eye. But he's a person who loves this worldly life. Okay? That's the evil eye. Now, how to avoid this evil eye? The Turkish people, especially Turkish people, they put this kharza zarga, the blue eye, put it everywhere in corners. Okay? Wallahi, I was eating in a restaurant and they gave us cups of tea, and I was even the cup of tea contains this blue eye. And I say, what is that? They say it intercepts. It's just like a Patriot missile. When your eye goes, this will block it, will return it. So what? Really? Who did it? MashaAllah. It was manufactured. How can manufacturers make this miracle to returning the evil eye? Subhanallah. And there are some worse than that. They put shoes in the back of the car. You know? Shoes. They hang it in the car in the back. And it keeps touching the ground. So they...
Sometimes it's seawater with water.
Yeah. And they say this will be blocking the evil eye. Nothing will block the evil eye except mu'awwidat, remembrance of Allah. That's all. Okay. There was a guy. Sorry. Even the Saudi people, they are really significant in that. Saudi people, they say, this man, he has a great evil eye. I said, what did he do? He said he was looking at the big building. He looked at it like this and it fell down. I said, please give me that man. I want to take him to Jerusalem. I want to fight the Israelites with his eye. And you know who are the victims of the evil eye? Those who do not consider Allah's remembrance. They don't remember. Those are the first victims. Jazakumullah khairan. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi.
So inshallah on Sunday 6 o'clock inshallah invite all the brothers inshallah evening inshallah.